All right, guys, welcome back to Drip Virals. Today we're going to change this power steering pump, and I believe that this power steering pump might be the reason why my squeak keep going. I thought obviously it was the pulley, but the pulley is good now, but there's a squeak coming from here. So I'm gonna change the pump. This pump about 3 years ago was giving that pump steering noise, but I used some Motokort and I put like about an ounce, 2 to 3 ounces in there, and it stopped the power steering pump noise. But it doesn't mean that the bearing inside is not gonna get worn more over time. It obviously saved the bearing, gave me 2-3 more years, but over time. So this is most likely spinning at a slightly slower speed than the rest of the pulleys because all the new pulleys are new. So we're gonna change this one here, and then hopefully that would stop the squeaking noise from the belt, because the belt is okay. I'm gonna change the belt anyway. I'm gonna use a Continental belt. This is a Daco. I've had this for a while, so I'm gonna change the belt anyway. But yes, I'm gonna change this, and the first thing you gotta do is just remove this here. It just pops up, and you need 10 for these two on the bottom to remove this bracket. All right, so before I take this back bracket out, I'm gonna empty out this as much as I can. I'm gonna use a turkey baster and a water bottle and just put the power steering fluid inside. So as you can see, this is a turkey baster, and then this is the power steering pump. Squeeze this in as much as you can. Be careful not to spill it. Like I just squirt it out and just pour it in here, and just continue the same process until you empty out the reservoir. After a while, squeeze the tubes. These tubes over here, so they could pump a little bit more in there, and take it out the reservoir, and then put it inside the water bottle. All right, next you're gonna need a 14. Put in here, right in that silver bolt you can see down there. And get closer, I see that bolt right there. Then you put a 14 right there. And this time I learned this online. You could probably use 3/4. Put that in there, and that should help with you pulling the tensioner off the belt, so you could release the belt. So I'm gonna try that. It'll seem I think I would get better leverage with this. So I'm gonna try that and see. As you can tell, it worked. As a matter of fact, it worked better than doubling the 2 of these wrenches together. Wow, way much better. So next thing you're gonna do, these are 12s, one here, one on the bottom. You gotta feel for the one on the bottom that's connected to it. So take your time, take these 2 off, and you should be good to be good to go by releasing this power steering pump here. All right, so for the pump, I went with a premium. I've ordered some parts from them before. They've been pretty good, to be honest with you. Yes, they're from China. Some parts say from China, others, but you know, a lot of parts people don't think come from China actually come from China. But anyway, yeah, it's well packaged. As you can see, let me take this out of the box. Okay. Take this out of the package. Quick, sorry guys. Okay. Everything seems to be where it's supposed to be. So, yeah, that's how it looks. Everything looks pretty much similar to the other one. I sized them up already. It came with this nub here. I need to take these off to prepare it to go into the car. So what we're gonna do, because I don't have a stand, is that we're going to put a towel underneath here, because you are gonna have some spillage. Sorry, this is towel don't need anymore. Gonna put everything on top. Let me set it up and show you. So this is pretty much the sweater setup. So he's gonna swap this. These are 210s. And then obviously you get a little spill, but plug the spill with your hand right away. Plug the holes right away with your hands, and then swap it in right away. Screw it in by hand, and then do the same thing with this hose. You're not going to unscrew the bottom. Leave the plastic on. You're just gonna take the hose off. Take this clamp and then clamp it onto here as quick as you can. All right, you will get some spillage, but you won't lose much. Now, why I think it's this is because even if you change the pulley, the pulley itself is not the gear. The gear is inside the pump. So as I spin this, it's a little revolution, like a half revolution before it catches. So I'm guessing that's what it is. And then this one just turns smoothly. It's very smooth. There's nothing to catch. It's just very, very smooth all the way through. So, yeah. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna, again, take these two off. This is gonna take a little time to come out. And right away, put this in here. Plug it in with your hand. Put it in here. Same thing with this. Plug it in with your hand. Put it in here. All right, I've successfully transferred over without much spillage. This was the least amount. This definitely spilled the most because obviously it goes from here to here and then through the reservoir and then pumps underneath. So, well, I should say come here through the reservoir, pumps, and then goes out this way. Sorry, I went the wrong direction. So it goes here, goes underneath, comes into here, then gets pumped to the power steering, and then comes back up again. So now I already started one screw in. So you put this screw in here, the long one, and then another long one down here. They're both 12s. Do them by hand first. Make sure that it's threaded in well before you start torquing them down, all right? All right, so I've tightened this down. Obviously you can't torque these. It's kind of hard to get a torque wrench in here, but anyway. Just go until they're snug and then go a quarter inch from there. Make sure that these are in tight. They're not too tight, but tight enough to hold this down. Again, quarter inch turn. And this one, obviously, double check, make sure that the tube is all the way in where it meets the flat surface. This one's slightly different than this one. This has an edge right here. As you can see, that stops it from going any further. So with this doesn't, it flattens out, it bottoms out over here. If you want to change it, I guess you can, if you really want that part. But other than that, now what I'm going to do is take off this belt. You don't have to do that if you're only changing the pump, but I'm going to change the belt because when I put my hands in the belt, I get this. So I'm going to change the belt. And also, I believe some stuff spilled on the belt. So that's another reason why I'm changing the belt. So if not, it's gonna give me the squeak again, and I'm gonna think this part is bad, but it's actually not. We don't know, we're gonna see after. So most people, they take off the tire. I don't. I just move the tire out the way, remove these two clips, and then that exposes the crank, not the crank, but the crank, the crankcase pulley, the AC pulley, and the power pump pulley. Make sure that it gets routed correctly. So I just use a flathead and just poke this here and just get underneath it and just pull it up. Let me change hands. Pull this up. Once it's up, as you can see, it comes right off. And there's one more over here. Flathead, put it, get underneath it. Pull this up. Yep, and this is as close as this here. And you just pull the belt out. You should be able to just come off. Yeah, some of it is spilled on the belt. You see that? It's okay. I'm pretty sure if you clean the belt, it's still good. But I want to clean the whole area before I put the new belt back on. So this is the last part here. This can be tricky at times, but we'll be back. All right. Yeah. Belt's still good. That's what it looks to me. But we're gonna clean the belt off anyway. And I'm gonna use it as a spare. And we're gonna clean the pulleys. I'm gonna clean the pulleys. I'm gonna get a brake cleaner and some spray and spray it off. You see this all from the belt. So I'm gonna clean this completely. I don't know about you guys, but I just cleaned the belt off, and this is the first one, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And I don't know if this is supposed to be on the belt or not, but yeah, this belt was, I don't know. Maybe it's a defect. I have no clue, but something maybe spilled on it or something was in it. And this is like the residue of the belt. So that's why I cleaned off and the pulleys, and I got these on there. But I know it's not this that's making it squeak. I believe it was on the power steering pump. So next step, we're going to reroute the new belt and slap that baby on. So I decided to go with this belt, the OE Technology Series Multi-V. Make sure it's 69 is right here, because the other day Rock Auto sent me a belt, says 68. I did the pulley, but I already put the pulley in, I would say the tensioner pulley, and they said that they won't take it back unless I return everything. And I wasn't gonna take that thing back off again, so I just kept the belt, which was a 68. I'll sell it if anybody want it. Let me know in the comments of anything. I'll sell it to you as brand new. So now I'm gonna go with this one, and when we open this, take this out. Let me take this out. As you can see, it just feels really dry, which is what we want. It feels dry on the inside, and like nothing's on it, and it's supposed to be like that. So even with my hands, there's nothing that comes off the belt. So I did not have an oil leak. I don't have an oil leak, and I also don't have a power steering pump leak or a reservoir leak. But something must have spilled on there. Who knows, while you're driving on the road, who knows? But yeah, but the power steering definitely wanted to go, because again, when you turn the pulley, it doesn't catch until like you do half a revolution, which means the gearing inside it's not good. So, all right, let's put this on again. Maybe I'll put a route in between this so that you guys can see how it routes, or you could just Google it online, and make sure you route it correctly and all the ribs are sitting on the pulleys correctly. All right, finally got the belt on. Everything looks good. Everything's really tight, which is good. Be careful when you're using this though. I found that if this starts to slip, you could mash your fingers. Just be very careful. But it definitely gives you a lot of leverage. A lot of leverage. It was 1, 2, 3. You know, putting these new belts on and they're not flexible, be very difficult. But with this, with all the leverage, oh my goodness, you can put the belt on in 1, 2, 3. Fastest I ever put a belt on in this car, for sure. Make sure the belt is routed correctly. It's sitting on the ridges correctly before you even, go forward. So after you've done that, now you have to put the bracket on and put the reservoir back on, and then you're gonna fill it with power steering fluid. Now remember, bracket is 210s. Just please don't make this mistake. Start it by hand first. Always start these things by hand first, because these are small. They don't go in and they could fall down, and you're gonna have to go down there and get it. So start it with your hand first, any of these screws, and then tighten them down. All right, just a heads up. That I guess the return hose, this plastic hose that goes right here. I decided to take a closer look at it because I was pulling on the tube a little bit and I felt it slip just a little bit slightly. If you look at this, you look at this one, and look at this one, the hose in the second one, the one that comes with the car, the Honda one, is bigger than this one. So it's not causing as much friction for the hose to hold. And also, I'm pretty sure the flow from here will be more from the flow from there. So I'm going to put this one on from the old one. Also, if you look at this O-ring and this O-ring, I believe I put this in a while back to do because like I said, it was making noise. So I changed the O-ring. I bought this O-ring. The O-ring that came with the car was thinner. This is a little thicker. So I'm gonna go with this. And as you can see, this is thinner. It's already kind of thin on this side. I'm not saying that this is a horrible part, but I would think I'm gonna go with this. Feels a little more solid. So, yep, just a heads up. You know, when you buy aftermarket parts, always check and see, especially interchangeable parts, see what you can do to keep it as close to the manufacturer as possible. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it would save you a headache in the long run, just in case of anything. So I'm gonna switch this one over. Okay, now I changed it. The O-ring is a little bit bigger also, but yeah, it fits okay. But now when you tug on it just slightly, see, nothing comes out. So that's good. Always check to see, make sure everything's in order. Now refill the reservoir with the power steering fluid that you took out, and then from there you're gonna just turn the tires to the left, to the right to get all the bubbles out. This came pre-filled, which is interesting. It came pre-filled. When I took this off, there was power steering fluid in it, which is good. Make sure that, again, tug just slightly, because you just want to make sure everything is good. All right, you don't have to come back and do this again. All right, so let's fill this up. All right, so I finished filling this up. As you can see the level, I didn't really lose much at all, and I didn't add any. So this is not bad for the little bit that's low, but you don't know how much is pre-filled in here or if there's any air. So if I go down, maybe I'll go down maybe to the middle once I let air out of the system. Now it's just starting the car, making sure all the ridge of where they're supposed to be. Get a flashlight if you need to, and getting the air out. All you gotta do is go side to side with the steering wheel, and you should be all right. All right, once I started the car, I guess I was wrong. It went all the way down to about here. So let me see if I have any power steering fluid where I could fill up the rest, and then we'll start again. All right, guys, as you can see, the level went back up. I went and got me some power steering fluid. You have to use a Honda. From what I looked up, even if you changed it to the aftermarket part, the rest of the power steering is Honda. So you have to change it to that part. And plus, those parts work well with that power steering fluid. So don't change the power steering fluid. Continue to use a Honda one. Obviously, look, this is still up to the top. So, and you can hear it. Everything sounds good. Everything sounds great. The belt is aligned. I'm gonna go take it for a drive. But at the same time, after you're done, turn it to the left, turn the wheel all the way to the right, all the way to the left, to the right. Do that about 4 times each side, and you should get most of the bubbles out. And that's it. So guys, like, share, subscribe. Drift Virals, we're out. Any questions, put them in the comment, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day.